Just when you think we're done talking about the jomha, something always comes up, and don't get it twisted. It's extremely entertaining. I love it. You guys love it. Everyone loves it. It's a win-win-win-win for everyone here. So if you've been keeping track, so after 2 months of no Idubbbz content, right, talking about other stuff, in case you missed my last two videos, long story short, Idubbbz apologized for spreading and platforming misinformation that Ethan touches his kids that was spread by the Twitch streamer that goes by Destiny. Idubbbz reached empathy, apologized. Ethan said that the only reason why he apologized is because he got sent a cease and desist letter, which pretty much made Idubbbz go live and apologize. One thing that I want to correct from yesterday's video is if Ethan wants to sue Ian because of the stuff that was platformed, I mean, if you're gonna go all in and you're gonna sue people, which it's your money, you could do whatever the fuck you want to do. Why not go after Destiny as well? I'm no lawyer, but shouldn't Ethan be going after Ian and Destiny? But I digress. I'm not a lawyer. That might be above my pay grade, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. But that was a day or two ago. Talking about the present, Ian finally decided to respond to all of it. To everything, to the cease and desist, to the reason why he apologized. And I say we should just get right into it. But before we do, make sure you drop a like to show love. Subscribe to the channel if you're new.
Okay. So here's the deal, guys. We got a cease and desist. And obviously that, you know, I was being genuine in my apology because I was reflecting. And I think it was out of line for my own personal, I guess, goals in life and like how I want to be. And I think ultimately, even after my apology, he still doesn't seem to think that it's, I don't know, real or genuine. So listen, I don't watch the podcast. In fact, it gives me an aneurysm and it like distresses me greatly to watch it. So I only hear it through the grapevine. I have to, to use a little bit of a therapy term, I have to protect my peace. So I don't know what any of the details are, but I think in summary, it looks like he's interested, Ethan, in pursuing a lawsuit here in Canada. I ultimately am just like not interested in like playing that game, like not because I can't afford it, but because I just think it's a waste of time for me. It's a waste of time. Like I don't want to know a lawyer, if I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to have weekly or monthly conversations with a lawyer. It's just not. I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Now, if you ask me, yo, Sense, did you actually think Idubbbz's apology was genuine? Did he actually mean it? Was he truly sorry for what he did? If you ask me, and maybe I'm just naive, maybe my heart is just too big. It's just way too wholesome. I actually did buy into the Idubbbz apology. I thought it was genuine. Maybe if it was, it would have come out sooner. I find the timing to be extremely interesting. Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe it is a crazy coincidence that he got the letter and he was feeling the guilt for a few days and he's like, you know what, fuck it, let's just apologize, right? If Ethan is going to sue people for platforming or spreading misinformation, disgusting, and I get it. I totally get it. Disgusting information, disgusting false information that you molest your kids. If you want to sue people because of that, if you feel like it's worth the time and the resources to sue this guy for platforming the disgusting information about you and your kids, who am I to tell you not to do that? I go back to what I said yesterday. I am not a father. I cannot understand how he must feel when people are spreading false allegations that you molest your kids. I don't know what that feels like. I don't know. Maybe if I was in Ethan's situation, I would want to sue Ian and Destiny as well. And that's like what I said yesterday. Do I care if Ian loses everything? No, not really. I don't care. He's been low-key asking for it, so... Listen. I don't want you guys, the amigos and amigas, to be in a similar situation to Idubbbz. So I am here to help you out and potentially make you some money. So please hear me out here. Hey there. Yes, I'm looking at you. Do you want to potentially earn $1,000? Well, listen up. Recently, a jury ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They knew their apps could contribute to anxiety, depression, and body issues, but they did not share those risks while prioritizing profits. The recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those actions. If you or your child spend years growing up on social media and experience serious mental health struggles, you should hear this. Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm they caused. You can use the link in my description or scan the QR code to take a short quiz to see if you qualify for a case. And by the way, this is completely free and you may be entitled for compensation. And with that said, let's just get right back.
I'm trying to come up with a malleable solution. Basically, I know that there is... I'll just come right out and say it, okay? a couple other suggestions that the non-creative thinkers in the world might have not considered, okay? Number one, trial by combat. Now, hear me out. Well, number one, I'm being deathly serious when I say that. Deathly serious. I understand that with money comes power in this world that we live in, okay? With money comes power. I would not think to take the position away from someone who, accumulated a colossal amount of wealth, okay? If they want, for instance, if Ethan wants to find a party that will fight in his stead, sorry guys, I'm trying to use words I didn't run through a script or anything. If he has someone who's gonna fight in his stead, that's fine. He can nominate a champion, okay? I am about 8 pounds away from reaching 200 pounds of raw gristle, okay? So it could literally be anyone. I mean anyone, okay? It could be, let's go down the list. It could be one of his disgusting employees. It could be him. Let's just rule that out. It could be, so many deplorable people on the internet.
Now, this sounds extremely entertaining. I gotta keep it real with y'all. This is low-key just Creator Clash. This is like Creator Clash 2.0. Honestly, I think that is the best way to solve this. Just put on some boxing gloves and punch each other until one of you guys get knocked out. I'm not kidding when I say this. I vote for this. Ethan versus Ian, that would be one hell of an event. And if it's in LA, I'm pulling up. Well, that is if I'm not banned from the event. If you want to, you could make the event where 50% goes towards charity, right? That's a possibility. Or if you don't want to give money to charity, that's completely fine. Just sell the tickets, or 10% of all tickets go to charity. I don't know. You guys figure that shit out. I'm not getting paid for this, so you guys are not gonna get my my free epic big brain ideas on how to run your events. But I don't know, guys, this sounds pretty fun. Like, this is low-key what Creator Clash could have been and should have been. These two people have beef. Let's get them a payday. Let's get them in the ring and let's raise money for charity, right? It's a win-win for everyone. I don't know, like, if Ethan rejects, that's kind of an L. Idubbbz versus Pegasus would go pretty hard. Idubbbz versus WestJet could do numbers. Sense versus Idubbbz, that could be pretty fun, right? In the boxing ring. I mean, I would like to see Ian versus Ethan. I think that fight alone could fill a 5,000 to 8,000 people capacity arena. What if we have a tag team match as the opening fight? We have Sense and Diesel Patches versus Crimes New Roman and Ethan is online. I'm sorry, Eden Riley. That's like $2 billion waiting to be printed. Like, come on, make this happen.
If the option is there, I can lose 50 pounds in 3 months. It's possible, okay? I can lose 60 or 70 pounds in 3 months. So whoever money talks, right? I'm sure he can get a boxing or an MMA expert to fight in his stead. So that's option one. That is option one. And I must say though, I'm a little poor guy. I don't have very much money. So he has to fund the operation, It could just be in a backyard or whatever. It doesn't need to be like, big arena or anything like that. Additionally, there is another option, which is trial by wits. Hat tip, trial by wits. So no, we're not doing a dance battle. That's cringe. I don't think. Also, that is just an immediate victory on my behalf. Okay. Trial by wits. Basically, listen. I know over at the H3 podcast, there is I don't know, the main guy fancies himself a debate lord or something, or he thinks that he could sway public perception by going on Piers Morgan. I'm gonna really show people that I got what it takes in a battle of wits. Hey, I will participate in whatever. We could debate any topic, whatever it is. I'll pick the losing side as well. I'll pick the deplorable losing side, or better yet, since a lot of people have heat for my lovely and talented wife, Anisa. She can debate something. I'll just fucking sit in the chair in the corner, okay?
I mean, as funny as the cuck jokes are, I don't think Anisa should be participating in this in any way, shape, or form. She just ruins everything she touches. No one wants to hear what Anisa thinks about anything. I think the idea is kind of falling off here, little bro. I think just stick to the first. Sometimes I think the best way to settle beef is just to get in the ring and go to work. The streets need this. This would be extremely fun to watch and be there in person. If you've been watching me for a second, you know that I was planning on actually going to Creator Clash. I get why he sent him a cease and desist. I completely get that. But I go back to, what else is there to take from this guy? He's lost everything. Like, he tried streaming on his YouTube channel a few weeks ago and he only pulled 200 viewers. On a channel with 8 million subscribers, he streams on Twitch to 150 people. There is nothing you could take away from this guy. Maybe you could sue him and I guess get his $1 PNG PNG VTuber dragon thingy. Maybe you could take his play buttons. Maybe that's the thing, but it's like there's just nothing else to get from this guy. Everything he drops is just great loot that no one wants or no one cares. I think the only way to really do this is trial by combat to the death. Oh, maybe that's too far.
I don't know the exact timeline, but sometime around February, when I was doing my Scorched Legume routine, I brought up the Destiny accusation of Ethan to the stream chat, and that's not something that I ever like agreed with or endorsed or anything like that. It was for a larger message of sort of pointing out the hypocrisy, and but I showed it and I felt bad about it, so I made an apology. But a couple months after that, a couple months after that, or a month and a half after that, something like that, we got a cease and desist, basically, saying, don't put that shit out there, and there's loads of stuff, but I'm not going to get into all of the details, but that seems to be the most like relevant thing in my mind, and yeah, so now it's progressing. So apologies don't work unless he writes for you. Yeah, I mean, it was genuine. It's just like it's difficult, obviously, because my feelings on the matter are like super complicated and nuanced, right? Like, I'm able to acknowledge that, like, this is a person, that is trying to do a lot of harm to others, including myself, and I have been the topic of conversation on this podcast for the past year, and not saying I didn't have an effect with the content comp, but it's important to also realize where is your line as a person.
Final statements. I still feel like I got cheated on and cucked and humiliated and pissed on and embarrassed, and I sat in the cuck chair alongside Sneeko and Ian for believing his apology. But at the same time, it's still like something in me low-key wants to believe it's real, or at least I feel like it's low-key kind of genuine. I don't know what to think. I'm split on this. I'm undecisive on this situation. The only thing that I am 1000% aboard on for is the Ethan versus Ian for the WWE Championship. That would go crazy. I would pay money to see that. But anyways, we'll be awaiting Ethan's response. Appreciate you for checking out the slop. I love each and every single one of you, and fuck the ops. Thanks for the love. Adios.